Miscarriages are not something that people talk about, but going through 3 of them is hard. It's just one of those things where I have to stay healthy because being unhealthy is not going to make it better. Being healthy isn't necessarily going to make it better, but it's going to make me feel better because as long as I'm healthy, I know I'm good. My name is Tatiana and I am a member at CrossFit 845. I think I was 7 when my mom passed away. So I kind of had to grow up very quickly. And because of my mother passing away, I went and lived with a guardian at that point. And my life, I don't want to say it was horrible. It wasn't horrible. Like, there were good parts, but there were also parts where I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Being sexually assaulted at a very young age, up until where I had a voice saying, you know, enough's enough, and I found that voice to ask for help. Before that, I was self-harming, and it was hard going from day-to-day life. And the fact that I turned 30 was like huge to me because I didn't think I would make it this far. I'm doing this for myself because my mom, who was a single mom, she worked full-time as a police dispatcher. She took care of me the best way she could. But she didn't take care of herself. You know, she was very, very, very overweight, and I think there was a depression factor involved because of how her health was, and I think she didn't put the effort into herself. She didn't take care of herself. She didn't put that effort into her. She always put it into me. And she ended up passing away. So I do this because I don't want to end up like that. I want to take care of myself. I want to be there for any future kids we have, because passing away at 42 is too young, and I want to be here for a long time. My father, it's a complicated story with him. He had a family of his own, and things happened, and then I came around. But he was never a constant. I believe this was 2011. He had a massive stroke, and he was kind of in a fragile state for 10 years. Then he passed away in 2021, and I think it was a couple years after I kind of re-entered his life. It was hard for me because I had so many questions I wanted to ask him that I couldn't. But sometimes I feel like not knowing certain things is better for me because it didn't change who I became as a person. And I think from both my parents, like how they went about life and their choices shaped how I make choices. You grow up in a situation and you can either fit that mold and continue those patterns, or you can say, all right, I'm gonna do something different. It's taken a lot of work to stay positive. Some days are worse than others, and whatever happened to me in the past isn't gonna it doesn't have to define how I go forward. A piece of advice for someone that has gone through parent loss, child loss, divorce, sexual assault, depression, anxiety, all those things, that there is hope at the end of the day. And coming through the door here at CrossFit is just a breath of fresh air, because you always have a shoulder to lean on here, and you don't feel alone when you're here.